All right, welcome to Cad41. We're going to go and do the fixture cap. Now, big difference between this one and the last one is it's going to be metric. So we can't use the same dimensions. If we do, they'll be totally invisible. You won't be able to see them. So I'm going to go new. I'm going to use the same template, okay? Now, I'm going to bring this up. First thing I want to do is change this. So let's go here to dimension style. That's going to open up this window. We're going to do a new one, okay? We're going to call it metric. And we're going to start with mechanical. So we'll hit continue. All right, so here's metric. We're going to change our units to just 0, okay? Change our fit here. Now, since we're going metric, it's going to be 25.4 millimeters per inch. So we'll start with that as our thing, okay? Everything else stays the same. All right? Text stays the same. Symbols and arrows stay the same. Lines stay the same. Everything's good. So we hit OK on that, so we're set for that. Now we're going to highlight metric, make sure it's highlighted, then hit set current, then hit close. It should say metric there now. If it doesn't, go back and do that again, okay? Now, I'm going to draw an arc. And it's going to be huge, okay? So I'm going to zoom out quite a bit. Center, start, and end. I'm going to put my center point, say, right there. I'll come over 110, and then I'm going to draw my arc at 180 degrees. So there's my arc, okay? Now, when we're looking at the thing, we got 300 total between centers, okay? So that means from the center line of this, it'd be 300 over to the center of the arcs and the circles from the top view. But our top view shows us that our radius of our two sides is going to be 60. So it's going to be 150, which is half of 300, plus 60. So 150 plus 60 is 210. So we'll go 210. All right, now, this is going to go up 30, and it's going to come back to here. All right, now, there's a square in the middle, and the square starts here, comes over this way, 60, which is half of 120, goes up 60, okay, 120 this way, and then down 60. I'm going to stop there. Now, I want to erase this line, and I want to trim right here. Now, I can grab this and these two, mirror them, midpoint of this, go straight up, and then hit no. All right, so that's basically got my front view. I'm going to move that over so it's in the positive section of this. Okay, so I'll just grab this and put it over on this side of the XY. And that gets us started. Now, remember I like to have 40 in between, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with construction line, start in the midpoint of this and go up 40 millimeters. All right, so we know that coming through the middle of this is going to be 150. So I'm going to go up 75, which would be halfway. And that's where I'm putting my first circle. It's going to be a diameter here. And that's going to be a diameter of 20. Now I can erase this circle. I don't need it anymore because I know where my center point's at. Okay? Now, I've got two more circles that are diameter 40, and they are 150 this way and 150 that way. So I'm going to grab this and copy it. 150. Let's try that again, this time keeping the mouse straight. There we go, 150. If you're like, hey, but McLean, it's the wrong size. It's supposed to be 40, not 10 or 20. Okay, I'm going to double click it. That's going to bring this up. Here's my diameter right there. All I got to do is change that to 40, and that will update. Okay? So that's done. Now, we've got another one, a radius on that one. Okay? And the radius of this one is 60. And there we go. Now I can copy those two, or even better, mirror them to the other side. Remember, hit no, it erases the source object, and that was the source object. So there's that. Okay. Now we know that this is going to be 110 in both directions, and it's 150 this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line this way, 110. Okay. Now I'm going to grab that line and I'm going to offset it in both directions. Half of 150. Half of 150 is 75. So offset, 7.5. There's one up and one down. Now, I know that's going to connect. Okay? But I've also got a line from here. So I'm going to green line that until it snaps to that green X, and then I'm going to go across all the way. Now, let me zoom in on this. We're going to bring a line from the quadrant of this circle to that second line, and we're going to trim off here. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom, so I can just grab that, mirror it, pick the center of the circle, and go straight across to here, and hit no. And then I'll trim off of this side. All right, so this won't be seen, so trim, right-click, cutting edge, pick here and pick here. Then right-click again, get the circle, get the line, and there's my thing. So that's half of it, okay? So we could do the same thing on the other side, but I think what I will do is just grab all of that and mirror it about the center of this circle. Pop it in there, hit no, and now I can trim again. Trim, right click, cutting edge, pick the top line, pick the bottom line, right click, and then pick what you want to get rid of. All right, so that's got that. So there's my top view. And my front view. So, time to do circles. I guess you gotta keep picking it. Center point. Center point. All right. Now, watch what happens when I try to do hidden lines. They're going to look solid. So how do I fix that? Once again, the good old LTS thing. So line, type, scale. Okay? Now, remember, we went from 1 inch, 1 to 1 to 25.4 to 1. So let's type in 25.4 here. And there we go. Now I can grab that. I'm going to copy. Now I'm going to copy this. It's different. See, there's my base point, midpoint of that. I can put one here, put one there. See? So let's use that. Grab it, copy. Here's my base point, and put one there. All right. Now we're going to grab one from here. All right, so I can grab that one and copy it like so. And then our last one is going to be start here and go up. It's a lot easier to click to that. And then we'll copy that one always to the other side. All right, so there is our drawing. Now, let's do our dimensions. Okay, so we'll go ahead and change to the dimension layer. We'll do our linears first. We'll get this one. See what I mean about the text being tiny? So that's not going to work, is it? So let's go back to metric, okay, and let's modify. Let's go to fit. 25.4 was not big enough. We're going to double that. So 25.4 times 2 would be 50.8. We'll hit OK. We'll hit close. And that's better, isn't it? Okay. I have no idea why I did that. Let's grab it and bring it to the center. And there we are. Okay, so there's that one. Now we've got one that gives us from here to here. And there's that linear. Now they have one going from here to here as well, so we'll go ahead and do it the same way they did it, even though I would prefer to do it out here. We'll do it their way. There's that one. And now all that's left is our radiuses. And our diameters. it's implied that both sides are the same. On our bottom one, we'll do one linear here to give us that distance. We'll do another linear here to give us that distance. And a third linear here to give us this distance. That's all of our linears, okay? We have one radius, which will go right there. Now, let's say we don't want this. See how it's all connected? I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna click explode. And now everything is separate, okay? And you can get rid of extraneous lines that you do not need. Careful sometimes. You'll get lines you don't mean to get. Now, remember, let's freeze the center line layer for a second. Okay, that one goes with that one. So we'll leave that alone. Nah, let's go ahead and explode it. Explode. That'll get rid of that one. Then we can go back here and unfreeze that one. We've got our center lines back. All right, and that basically concludes the second one. Okay, you've got all the dimensions in there that it asked for. You've got all your hidden lines, all your center lines. Life is good. So I will see you at the next one. Be Cad41.